Hi guys, thank you so much for tuning in. So today's video is going to be about my pregnancy update. So I will be talking to you about my first trimester, what that was like, and I will be talking to you about where I'm at currently. So if you are interested, please do stay tuned. I'm 20 weeks pregnant, so yeah, halfway there. So let's go back to the beginning. So like I said in my previous video, we had been trying for about 5 to 6 months, so you know, it was just amazing to find that wonderful blessed news. And then I believe around 8 weeks I started to become really sick. So I would vomit a lot, so every time I would eat I would vomit. I was so tired. Honestly, it was so hard at times that I couldn't even come out of bed. Luckily, thank God my sister was around, because she really helped me out with my kids. Like, it was just so bad. I mean, this is my 3rd pregnancy and I've never experienced anything like it. Like, I felt literally crippled. So I'm going to run through some of the symptoms I had during my first trimester, because I had to write it down because, girl, I can't remember everything. Pregnancy symptom, that's another one. Memory loss. So during my first trimester, these are some of the symptoms I experienced. So extreme fatigue, like I said, excessive urination. Honestly, like, that toilet was like my bedroom. I was in and out of that place, like, you know, so many times during the day. It was just ridiculous. Heightened sense of smell, and that continues till this day. That continues. It's so bad. I cannot stand my husband's perfume, his breath. Like, you know, I cannot stand anyone's perfume. I cannot stand my own perfume. It's just so bad, and I can smell everything in the air. You know, I could just smell everything. It's just so annoying. I can't stress out how annoying that is. Yeah, it's too much. So moving on. So excessive saliva. Now, some of you may not have heard of that. Maybe some of you have, but I've had that with every pregnancy that I've had, which has been 3. And what I have is, like, my mouth, I tend to produce excessive saliva in my mouth, which means that I cannot swallow. The thought of swallowing my saliva makes me gag, honestly. So the only thing that has been helping me since has been, thanks to my lovely auntie. Honestly, she recommended this African fruit called beta cola. So I will insert a picture somewhere here or there, or maybe below, of what that looks like. So it's like an African fruit. It's dried and it's really bitter. So currently I've got that in my mouth. So excuse me if, you know, while I'm talking you see that in my mouth, but that's the only thing that allows me to actually talk to you guys, honestly. Otherwise I'll be spitting it in a bottle. Disgusting. TMI, I know, but those are the realities of pregnancies, guys. So excessive saliva, and that has been the most irritating thing during this pregnancy. I tell you, it's so irritating because it's so sickening, you know. And I've got this aftertaste. So every time I eat something, I need to make sure that immediately, as soon as I eat something, I need to have that beta cola to neutralize the aftertaste of whatever it is that I've eaten. Otherwise, I'll just feel sick. Yeah, it's real. Okay, so sorry for me looking down, but I'm just looking at the list. So another symptom I had during my first trimester was backache. Backache, oh my gosh, that was so bad. Like, you know, it didn't matter what position I was in, my back was hurting. I was so antisocial, guys. Talking on the phone was like, it was a put off. I just couldn't stand talking on the phone. I couldn't stand going on social media. I couldn't stand even seeing people. Like, you know, my sister would come and see me at home, and to be honest, I would just leave her in the sitting room and I'll just be there in the bedroom chilling or sleeping. I was just so withdrawn. I was isolated, honestly, and it's not because I wanted to. It's just that I just felt so tired and so drained, and the hormones were all over the place that it was just too much. You know, the only thing I wanted to do was to just sleep. That's what I wanted to do. Sleep. Another thing also I experienced was diarrhea, which was quite strange for me because I had never experienced diarrhea before in my previous 2 pregnancies. So I believe that came about around week 8, and it lasted for about 2 weeks. Oh my goodness, that was so crippling. Like literally, because at first I thought maybe I ate something dodgy, but it wasn't the case because no one in my household, you know, was feeling sick or anything like that or had diarrhea. So I kept on drinking loads of fluid, but it just would not pass. I was in and out of the toilet. It was so hard for me to go, you know, to work or to do anything because I needed to be in the toilet. It was just, it was really, really, really rough. So when I looked it up online, they basically said it's normal. Some women get, you know, constipation, and then some women get diarrhea, and it's something that passes, you know, with time, and it did. So thank goodness for that. Another thing I experienced was bloatedness. I felt bloated all the time, and I still do experience, you know, some bloating as well. So and gas. Yeah, I'm getting real here, girls. So yeah, that's roughly about it for symptoms. Around week 14 of my pregnancy, I started to experience some bleeding, and that lasted about 3 days. It was light bleeding, it was like fresh blood, and I was worried, and I was thinking, what's going on here? Like, you know, because usually after, you know, after the 12th week, you just think, okay, you're safe and everything. But I never experienced any bleeding in all my previous pregnancies. So when that occurred the first time, I was calm because I thought, okay, you know, maybe it's nothing to worry about. Let me just, you know, keep an eye on it. But when he went on, excuse me, for 3 days, then I thought, now. So and it wasn't like it was heavy or anything. It was very, very light. So I went to the hospital and I had that checked up. You know, they scanned me and everything, and they said everything was fine, baby was fine. So, you know, it's just one of those things I couldn't really explain, but that it was all good, really. So that was my first trimester. Now on to currently. So as I said to you at the beginning of the video, I'm currently 20 weeks. So I'm in my second trimester, and honestly the contrast has been so stark. Like it has been so different. So currently my symptoms, some of the symptoms that still remain are excessive saliva. Like I still need that bitter cola in order to talk. I forgot to also mention, during my first trimester, my appetite has been like second to none. I've been eating like a horse, like literally eating away. I was vomiting a lot of the time. You know, the babysitter allowed me to eat because I love my food. If anyone knows me, they know that I love food. So thank goodness for that. I was able to eat, and I've put on some weight as well. So thank goodness. I think I put on about 2.5 stones. Yeah, it's that serious, girl. I am so addicted. All my African ladies out there, you know about malt, super malt. I don't particularly like the super malt brand. I like hyper malt, power malt. There's so many other brands that are Maltina or Malta, and those brands are, yeah, really love that. So I love that with ice. Oh my gosh, I can do with that beverage right now. So yeah, so the only drink I can tolerate is super malt, or malt, and water. That's it. Water with lots of ice, then I'm good. Alright, so what else? Increased energy. Now I've got so much more energy. So I feel like I'm back to my usual self. So that's the reason why I was unable to come on camera and actually, you know, document my first trimester, because I was just like, yeah, so sick. So what else? The increased urination still continues, and that's a part, you know, unfortunately, of the pregnancy symptom. And then it even gets worse, I believe, in the third trimester, from what I can remember. So what else? But I feel much more, because I've got so much more energy, and then my hormones are more stable, have stabilized, so I feel much more better, and I'm enjoying the pregnancy much more, and the bump is showing more, you know, because at first it's like I just look bloated, and it looks a bit like, you know, people can't really tell that you're pregnant. It just looks quite weird in the first trimester. So I'm just so glad that now I look like I'm a pregnant person. So I feel much better. Another thing also I forgot to mention, I had lots of spots on my face. Like my skin was just like, it just went crazy. My skin was really dry. Like it was so dry, and I was moisturizing with everything, shea butter, coconut oil, you name it. I was using it, and my skin was still dry, even though I was drinking lots and lots of water. Anyhow, So currently, like I said, I feel so much better. So, you know, within myself, I feel good. And let's talk about baby, how the baby's doing. So I actually went for my 20-week scan today, and baby's doing really well. The baby has so much energy, it's ridiculous. Yeah, so it was really nice to see that the baby's healthy, you know, that, you know, everything's going smoothly, which is a blessing really. So I'm currently using this app called Ovia. It's a pregnancy app. Let me see if I can come forward. So it's an app that actually, you know, basically is a pregnancy app, and it tells you about how your baby's doing, how the baby's growing, you know, the size of it and all that kind of stuff. So if you like, I can quickly tell you how baby K is doing. That's my little nickname for the baby. You and baby K are halfway there. It's just about time for the second trimester ultrasound, and baby K has grown enough that there's a good chance that you'll be able to find out his or her sex. So they say that this week marks a milestone. So baby K has straightened out enough that we can now measure him from head to toe, as opposed to the old crown to rump measurement that we previously took. So don't worry if it sounds like he has grown more than seems possible when you hear his measurements. So in the app they refer to the baby as he, you know, and sometimes they say she. So don't you guys get caught up thinking it's a boy, because we don't know, like I said. So anyway, so it says that baby K is now about 10 inches tall, and he's currently the size of an endive. And he weighs about 10.5 ounces. How cute. So they say that if baby K is a girl, she now has 7 million primitive eggs in her ovaries, and if baby K is a boy, his testicles are descending from his abdomen into the scrotum. So yeah, there you have it. So I'm so happy that, you know, everything, you know, is going smoothly. The baby's healthy, I'm healthy, I've got much more energy, and everything's going, you know, smoothly. So I continue to pray that everything continues the way it is. So yeah, so it's super exciting. Yeah, so please, I would love for you guys, anyone who's pregnant out there, or anyone who's trying to get pregnant, please leave in the comments below, you know, of how you're getting on. And you know, I would just like to kind of, you know, touch base with you guys and see, you know, how you guys are getting on. And if you have any comments, any questions, anything that you do have, please feel free to put it in the message below. I would love to hear from you guys. So without further ado, I will show you guys the bump, how big I am, and then yeah, that'll be it. So stay tuned for the bump, and please do not forget to subscribe, like, and share it with friends and family. Okay, thank you, and have a blessed day. Cheers, bye.